Hi actors, it's Wendy, Alane, Wright, talent manager at WAW Entertainment. Hi everybody, it's been a couple weeks since I've been regularly posting. I've been busy, I went on my cruise and then I went back and saw my mom in Florida. And then I just got back from Vegas this weekend, and I've been seeing actors in all those different places in North Carolina, Las Vegas. So just trying to share as much information as I can with everybody out there. But I still seem to have to drive home this point, people. No matter how many videos I post, and no matter how much information I give, half of you guys are really catching on, which I'm like totally stoked about. I'm so glad you're getting it. And the other half of you still doesn't understand the basic workings of the business. So I wrote it down into 16 points, okay? So I'm going to just tell you them. 16 points. Number 1, train. You take acting class after acting class after acting class. So if you're just getting started, the first thing you have to do is train. The very first thing you have to do is start training as an actor. Just like an athlete who is starting to play basketball, the first thing you'd have to do is start taking basketball lessons and play on some kind of little team, So it's the same with acting. You've got to train. You cannot get off your couch, walk into a casting director's office and say, I'm an actor because I have a great personality. It's great that you have a great personality, but a great personality does not make you a great actor. In fact, actors portray other people's personalities, not your own. So the skill of pretending you're someone else is something you have to learn how to do, okay? Because as your own personality, you have your own feelings, your own emotions, your own ideas. But you're not up there playing your own feelings and emotions and ideas. You're playing someone else's emotions and feelings and thoughts and ideas. So you have to learn how to do that. That is not something you know how to do. You only know how to be yourself, okay? And acting is not being yourself in front of a camera. That's hosting, okay? Or being in a reality show. That is being yourself. But when you're an actor on television and film, you are being someone else. You are feeling what someone else has written down on a page. Something that's not even going on in your life right now, that you don't even feel. And you have to feel it and make it real. That is a skill you must be trained on. Number 2. Continuing on that, do as many acting classes as you can. You might study with one teacher for a year, then study with another teacher for a year. Go find the best teachers you can find wherever you are and get into acting classes for a few years. Actors never stop taking classes. Even stars still take classes. So if you're not taking acting classes, no one's going to be interested in talking to you in this business. Truth, okay? Number 2, go do theater. Do a play, then do another play, then do another play, and another play, and another play, and another play. You get it? And another play, and another play. A play is where you get experience acting. It's where you get on stage and you pretend you're this character and you find real emotions and you put them on in front of an audience, no matter how you feel, whether it's late at night, whether you were up late the night before, whether you're tired, sick, whatever, you still have to be professional and get up and do it. And you get to work with other actors and learn how to create characters and relate with other actors. You need to do theater. If you call me or any other manager or agent and say, I want to be an actor, and you say, I haven't taken any acting classes, I'm just new, they're going to say, go get classes. If you say, I haven't done any theater, they're going to say, go do theater. So I'm telling you now, before you contact any agents or managers, go do those 2 things. Classes, theater. Next, now you want to get your headshots. Your very first headshots don't have to be the most expensive headshots in the world. If you're at home in Kentucky or Minnesota or Illinois or wherever you are and you're just getting started, just get some professional headshots taken of your head, which is just as much as you see right now of me. I just like to do this with my hair. Okay? Big energy. Or serious. But no hands in the face. No arms. Don't put your arms behind your back because then you look like you don't have hands or arms. Just from here to here with a smile. That's genuine. Or have a serious look in your eyes and be thinking about something serious. and get a serious expression, okay? That's all you need to start. A serious and a really big energy smiling one. Those are your 2 headshots you start with. Now, you want to create your resume. And your resume is going to now have on 3 or 4 of the acting classes you just spent the year taking, and any theater that you just did. Okay, so if you're watching this video and you're just brand new and you want to get started, I expect you're going to spend the next 2 years in acting classes and doing plays. Okay, because until you've done that, you have nothing to put on your resume. Imagine going to a job interview with nothing on the resume. No one will hire you. Okay, so get those things. You're doing your resume. The resume at the top has your name. Underneath it has your height, weight, hair color, eye color, the age range you play. You might play 12 to 20, 12 to 15, or 17 to 22, or 5 to 11, whatever your age range is, okay? You write your age range, and then you write theater, because you don't have any film or TV yet. So theater, and then you list the play, the name of the character, which is maybe Macbeth, and whether that was the lead, the name of the director, and the name of the theater. Okay, so it's 3 columns. The first column is the name of the play. The second column is the name of the character you played. The third column is the theater you did it at and the director. Then you list your training. That's another category. Your training. It says training. That's the heading. Okay, so you have a theater heading, a training heading, and you write acting class. In name of the teacher, the place you took it at. On-camera class, the name of the teacher, the place you took it at. Improvisation class, the name of the theater, the place you took it at, okay? If you don't have those things on there, we just really can't do anything with you. Then you have a third column on the bottom called special skills, a third category. So in special skills, you're going to write basketball, karate, swimming, archery, you know, gun shooting, whatever it is that you do, dancing, rapping, whatever it is that you do well. Don't put down something you don't really do well, because a casting director only wants to see the things you do well. If you get called in for a role in basketball and you can't really play, they will throw you out of the audition room. Goodbye, see you, thanks for coming, and never call you in again. So don't lie on your resume. Only write down things you can do. If you can do a Southern accent, write Southern accent. If you speak a different language, make sure you write that down in your special skills, but you have to be fluent. You can't write Spanish if you only can say, ¿Dónde está la playa? Where is the beach? Okay, so you've got to be able to speak fluently. And that's your resume, okay? You attach that resume. Your headshot should be an 8x10, and your resume, cut it down to fit an 8x10, and you staple it at the top and at the bottom. That's it. The paper should not hang over the sides of your 8x10. You should have one side, you should look at the picture, the other side, you should be able to read the resume. That's what you're going to submit to people, okay? Now that you have those things, you've got acting classes, some theater experience, a headshot, and a resume. Now the next thing you're going to do is contact local film schools. So wherever you are, listen, not everybody moves to LA or New York, okay? Wherever you are, you can start your career. So you start to contact local film schools. In an hour or two vicinity around you, where is there a film school? At a college theater department? I'm sorry, film department? Let me be more clear. Some schools are film schools. Some schools are colleges with a film program. At both of those places, there are young students who are learning to become filmmakers, who need to cast kids, teens, adults for their student projects, their student films. Now, if they just started out as a freshman, you know, their first year of college, their films are not likely going to be that great. And there'll be a lot of hold up in the production because they're so new. So expect that it's going to take a long time to set up shots and all kinds of other stuff. And the film quality you get at the end of the day is probably not going to be that great. But if you get a senior thesis film, like a senior in the school who's doing their final project to show people everything they learned in film school, their films are usually fantastic. Usually really high quality, well shot, well written, great films. And a lot of times those film to students in their senior year, send those films off to be considered for film festivals. So it's a great place for you to start getting experience. And here's why you need to do student films. When you get on the set, there's going to be all kind of language going on that you've never heard before. You've got to start getting familiar with it, and you don't want to do it. In fact, you'll never get called in to do it on the set of Castle or on Grey's Anatomy, because only people who know what they're doing are on those shows, okay? You, if you're new, you don't know what you're doing. You're not going on those shows. They're never going to see you for an audition for those shows until you know what you're doing. Does that make sense? So it's like I'm not going to operate on someone if I'm not a doctor, and I'm not going to be called in to operate on someone if I don't have a medical degree. So I got to get experience, go to med school, learn how to be a surgeon, do my residency, blah, 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 all this stuff before you can actually operate. Well, it's the same with acting. Before you're actually doing a role on Grey's Anatomy, and even a small role, thousands of actors are trying to get that one small role, and those actors are well trained and have experience. So one line on a Grey's Anatomy, you cannot get that if you're absolutely brand new and have never had experience, because you have to get through all the channels first. You have to get through an agent, get through a manager, get through a casting director, get through the producer, get through the directors, get through the get through everybody. And you have to have credentials to get that far. So even though it looks like one line on a TV show, oh, I could go say one line on a TV show, there's thousands of actors already in line before you waiting to get that line, and they have the experience on set and training and in theater. So you got to catch up, okay? You got to get those things too. So doing the film school stuff, doing films with students, they're learning, you're learning. You know, they pick you because maybe you have really good natural instincts, you have a great look for the part, you've done some acting training, so you're pretty good. Maybe you're good, maybe you're pretty good, but you might probably not Meryl Streep yet, but you're pretty good. And you get on set, and you're going to start learning how shots are set up, when it's time for your shot, when they shoot over your shoulder at the other person's for their close-up, pulling away for long shots. You're going to have first team come in, there's going to be a second team come in. You're going to learn all the different technologies and how it works on a set. That's important. And you'll also learn as you do more and more student films that every director has a different style, and you have to learn how to take their direction and apply that. And taking direction means you might come at the scene in one way, and they may say, you know what, let's change that around. I want you to be a little more serious, a little more funny, a little more whatever. To do a little more lighter, do a little more darker, do a little more scared, whatever. You have to be able to shift what you're doing right then and there and change what you're doing. That comes with experience in training and practice in theater, okay? So now, the next step is first I've got to say, you go to all those film schools and film programs at each of those colleges near you, and you give them your headshot and resume, and you tell them you would like to audition for roles that come up that you're right for. And can you please pass my headshot and resume to the other students here in the film department? And some colleges have an office with a little box that has actors' resumes, and it says teens, kids, adults, males, females, etc. You'll put your headshot in that right box, and then when it's time for them to cast a project, and they need someone your age, in your look, in your age range, they'll go to that box, pull out those people, and call them in for auditions. At which time, you need to go in there and either audition with the material they give you or do a monologue. And a monologue is something that you do that shows that you can act. And sometimes in acting class, you can get a monologue from your teacher, and they'll give you a good one, and you can practice it in class so you're ready when the audition comes up. Or you can go online and Google monologues, comic monologues if you need a funny one, serious, dramatic monologues if you need a serious one. Whatever you're better at, that's what you want to pick, okay? And then your monologue, you should never, 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 never act like you're talking to someone else who's answering you and you're talking back, because it looks really fake. Like, watch. Why did you do that? What? What do you mean? Okay, who am I talking to? Never do that in a monologue, okay? A monologue is simply you talking to someone else and they're listening, but they're not talking back to you. So you don't have to react to them, to pretend things they're saying, because they're not talking, okay? It's you having emotions and feelings and expressing how you think or feel about us, whatever is written on the page, it's you doing that work. It's just about you, okay? You might be talking to someone else, but they're not talking back to you, all right? So don't fake like you're talking to someone and they're talking back. That always looks bad, and it makes you look like an amateur, so don't do it. Okay, now, you're going to go sign up on Backstage.com. That's step number 6, Backstage.com. That is the most important industry magazine you will ever read, and you should subscribe to it and read every single article that comes out. If you want to learn about this business, learn every single article, read every single article that comes out. Read all of the advice, all of the columns from the actors, from the teachers, from the producers, from the writers. They have articles all over the place. You just got to read from front to back that magazine. It comes out, I think, once a week. I'm not sure. Once a month, once a week. I'm not sure. Anyway, but read it. Subscribe to it. And also on Backstage are the casting notices. Literally, pages of notices of jobs that are being cast for films, television, short films, student films, indie films, feature films, theater. And anyone in the country can submit their headshot and resume to all of those projects that you're right for. So right where you are, in whatever city or state you're in, you can submit your headshot and resume. Now, they might ask you for a demo reel. That's something we're going to talk about next. Okay, they might not, though. They might ask you to come in and audition. Try to find the ones that can just get you. You're going to look for short films and student films and things like that to get started. Get started, okay? You can't just leap right into a feature film with Shia LaBeouf or Tom Cruise. You got to get started somewhere. You got to start at the bottom, okay? The next thing you want to do is take a commercial class, an on-camera commercial class. I have to sneeze. And I don't want to start this video all over again. So you'll deal with my sneeze. On-camera commercial class. That is when you start training on camera. Again, you've been doing that in your acting classes. Now you're on camera training for how to be in commercials. Very different. So once you've taken an on-camera commercial class, send your headshot and resume to various local commercial agents in your area, within a 1 to 2 hour radius in your area. And submit your headshot and resume to them and tell them you'd like to be considered as a client on their roster. Tell them you're taking acting classes, you've been doing theater, and they may schedule an appointment for you to go in. And then if they sign you, it's a 1-year contract. Do not pay any money up front. Legitimate agents never charge money, okay? So it's always they sign you for 1 year, they send your headshot and resume to casting directors, they try to get you appointments, and if you book a job, they pay you. If you don't book a job, no one pays you, and you don't pay the agent. So if you book a job, say for Navy, Old Navy will pay for you to be in their commercial. Your agent will get 10% of that money, and you will get the rest. Actually, the government will take their share, and then you will get the rest. Okay, so don't give anybody money up front. It is never valid. There's never a reason to give an agent money up front. If they're asking for it, it's a scam. Turn around and leave. It's a scam. There's never a time when it's not a scam. It's always a scam if an agent asks for money. Okay? Let's see. Then what are you supposed to do? Okay, commercial agent. So now you're okay. So even though you've got a commercial agent, let's say, you still are submitting yourself through Backstage. And you're still meeting student film directors. Because remember, those student film directors are tomorrow's TV directors. So you want to start making those relationships with them as soon as you can. A lot of those kids that graduate from film school go on to move to Hollywood or other places and start directing television and films. And that's where they learn to do it too. They don't just get out there and direct Grey's Anatomy or Lost or whatever shows are popular, The Orange is the New Black. They don't just get out there and start directing those. Those people who direct film and television, they have to train at school, just like you do, and then they have to work on student films, just like you do, and then short films, like you do, and then after they've proven that they can do it, then they get to work on television and other features. It's the same for you, okay? Nobody jumps in at the top. So keep submitting yourself through Backstage and keep taking your acting classes. Keep doing student films, and every time you do a student film, you add that film to your resume. Now you have a new column at the top, film. And it's not TV/film, because we don't do TV/film. TV is one piece, film is another. They're separate. They never, ever, ever go together. And when you put them together, you look like an amateur, because we don't like that together. Separate. Film. Then you write the name of the film, the name of the character you play, but you don't write the name of the character, I'm sorry. Only in theater do you write the name of the character, like Anne Frank or Othello. When it comes to film and television, you write how you were billed, where you billed lead, supporting. That's what you want. They want to know how did other casting directors, what kind of position did they give you in the project? They don't want to know the name of the person you played. They want to know the position of the role you played. Was it the lead? Was it a co-star? Was it a guest star? Was it a supporting role? What was it? So, for film, it's either lead or supporting. That's it. You either were the lead character or you were supporting the lead. That's it. So you write the name of the film, lead or supporting, the name of the director. Same when you list the next movie, the film name, the name of the lead or supporting, and the name of the director. Now let's say you get a TV credit. That's in the top category is TV. It goes TV, film, webisodes, theater. So TV, that's billed differently. You write down the name of the show. Then you write down how you were billed. And TV is billed very differently. You're either the star, the guest star. I'm sorry, you're the star, a recurring character, a guest star, a co-star. That's it. Oh, or series regular. I'm sorry. So you're either the star, a series regular, that's someone who's on it all the time, a recurring character, someone who comes back and comes back. It's not reoccurring. It's just recurring. So make sure you get that right, recurring. Or it's a guest star role, which usually is there 2 or 3 days when you shoot, or a co-star, which is like 1 day of work. That's it. And then you put the name of the director. Okay, so that's what you're going to keep adding as you're developing your career and you're getting more and more work and more credits. You keep adding that to your resume, and every time you take a new class, you add that to your resume too. Classes are credits, theater is credits, short films are credit, student films are credit, webisodes are credits, and your job is to build as many credits as you can. Never put extra work on your resume, because extra work is not acting work. And your acting resume is only for acting work. So even though you do extra work and you have fun on it, do not put it on your resume. It's amateuristic, and we know if you've got extra work on there, you're not really an actor. Okay? Next, say you get the footage back now from some of these student films, and you want to make a little acting clip, because now you need a clip. You're starting to move ahead in your career, and you need an acting clip. This clip should not be shot pictures of you from a long distance. You should not be seeing the back of your head at any time in the clip, or the side of your head. Look what happens if I had the side of my head. Can you see my eyes or my expressions? No. Okay? So never the side of your face in an acting clip. You want something that's shooting you straight on, and maybe you're talking to somebody or maybe whatever, but you're straight on to the camera. You can see your face, they can see your eyes, your smile, your expressions, all that stuff. Big mistake, most actors, when they do short films or student films, they get the footage back and they put a piece on there that has them running around with a gun or something. That is not helpful for casting directors. Casting directors want to see your eyes, your expressions, and your face. They want to see if you mean what you say behind your eyes. Because when you're an actor, you're learning to feel emotions that you feel, but you're bringing them up in false circumstances. And an actor has to make that really, really real in order for an audience to suspend their belief and believe what you're doing. And we can tell behind your eyes if you really mean what you're saying. And actors who are no good don't mean what they're saying in their eyes. So they want to see your eyes. Forget about scenes where you're spinning around, running away, driving off, any kind of thing where you're at a distance talking to somebody, you know, forget it. We just want up close and we want intimate, so we can see if you can really act, whether you're being funny or serious, etc. Also, in your demo reel, we don't need because we don't need that. Just because you can cry doesn't mean you can act, okay? I could smash my toe with a hammer and start crying and then tape it and does that mean I can act? If someone hands me a script, would I know what to do with it? Okay. Don't spend your demo reel crying and acting hysterical. That does not prove to us that you can act. If you watch television, you'll see so much of it is not doing that. It is simple, subtle emotions and expressions and reactions that the characters do with each other, relationships, all kinds of stuff that you will learn in acting class. So start there. Anyway, make sure your demo reel is shot in high definition. Don't put it, so it's better to put a short clip up close of you having a serious moment with somebody, or a short clip up close of you having a funny moment with somebody, and then switch to another clip. Other things in your demo reel, don't use different clips from the same project. Once we've seen the character once and the project once, we don't want to see it 3 more times in the demo reel just because it's from a different scene, okay? Now, once you have that little 2-minute reel together, your reel should be no more than 2 minutes. Casting directors don't watch them, the whole thing. So don't put a 5-minute reel together because no one watches. Past the first minute, really, and if it's good, we might watch it till the 2nd minute, but usually only the 1st minute. So put your best clips first. Actually, only put best clips on it. Okay. Now you use that acting reel to reach out to agents and managers, because until you get to this point, agents and managers cannot do anything for you. Here's why. You could be the most talented person in the world, but without a great headshot, I have nothing to sell you to. A manager has nothing to sell you to casting directors. If I say, oh, he's beautiful, well, can you send me his headshot? And then I send a crappy picture. That doesn't work. They're going to like, no, thank you. Or if I say, no, you don't understand. This person can really act. I mean, they're so good. They'll say, send me the demo reel. I send a demo reel and it's got some crappy acting on it or some really bad shots so they can't really see your face. No, thank you. So I can't help you as an actor, and an agent and a manager can't help you as an actor unless you give us the tools we need to be successful for you. So you have got to give us a resume with credits on it, training credits and acting credits. You've got to, or there's nothing we can do for you. You've got to give us a headshot that is really strong, that looks exactly like you and captures great energy and great emotion. And you've got to give us a demo reel that is shot in high definition, that's up close and personal, you having a real personal moment, either comedic or theatrical, or both actually. We need those things, okay? And without that, we cannot help you. So it's pointless for you just to go to an agent or manager and say, hi, I'm an actor, I want to be an actor, can you help me? And you have none of these things. We need those tools. Those are like our scalpel. Like if we were doing surgery, we need a scalpel, we need a scissors, we need tape, whatever we need, you know, or a painter has a brush. Agents and managers use headshots, resumes, and demo reels. Those are our tools. And if you don't give them to us, there's nothing we can do for you. Okay? Now, we're at 1 or 2 more left. Getting on, you already signed up on Backstage. Now it's time to see if you can get on like Actors Access. Actors Access has audition notices all over the country, and you have to check and see if there's one in your town. There's like Northwest, Southwest, Midwest. They're all over. And that's another way to find out online casting workshops. Other people say to me, you know, what about these online workshops? Explore Talent or different ones. Do those work? They have notices on them. Sometimes they're dated. Sometimes they're way into the process of casting by the time those notices go up. So, you know, it's like throwing the dice. Maybe you get called in, maybe you don't. I don't know. Then the second thing is that you just keep, even though you're trying to get an agent, just keep submitting yourself for film and television and try to start finding casting director workshops in your area. If there's any big town near you, find all the acting schools in your big town and see if they ever have casting directors that come in there from Los Angeles or New York. And if they do, go to their workshops. Start to get to know these people. And you should be doing all that we just talked about, but you can also think about writing and starring in your own projects and having them shot. You can also think about going to film school, okay, or going to college to study acting. So those are like the tools and those are the 13 or 14 tools that I suggest you pick up and learn and start to run with. Also, read every single thing you can about how the business works. Read what casting directors write, what managers write, agents write. I think I'm the only manager who's written a book. Get it. Secrets of a Hollywood Talent Manager. I tell you everything in my ebook. Google it. Secrets of a Hollywood Talent Manager ebook. You can find it. Self-Management for the Actor by Bonnie Gillespie. Great book. How to Get the Part Without Falling Apart by Margie Haber. Great book. Hit the Ground Running by Carolyn Berry. Great book. Okay, there's 4 books. You should read every single one of them. The more you read, the more you will learn about how the business works. And the actors that you see on television and film have read all these books, and they know how this business works. And that's why they're on television and film. You're not going to get there until you learn how it works, until you do all the things I just talked about, okay? So that's a long video, but this is a really useful video. You can refer back to it, put it on your desktop and refer back to it throughout the next 2-3 years. I have just given you all the advice you need to get started. And if you want further information from me, more specific information about each of those things, I'm happy to help you. Go to my website, secretsofahhollywoodtalentmanager.com, and look at the programs that I offer on my website. I have a 52-week program to take actors through all the steps, one day at a time. I have workshops all year long. Some of them are free. Some of them are paid workshops with lots of guests that come in that you can meet. I've got the ebooks. So I am here to help you, actors. I just spent, a good half an hour of my time really educating you on just the outline of what you have to do. If you want more help from me on doing it, then start looking into the stuff that I offer on my website. Okay, so I love you guys. Keep following your dreams, and I'll talk to you soon.